a Kabbalat Shabbat. You all know Guli,
Hello.
and myself, Jessica. Yakin! We encourage you to follow along with us. We will begin with a Shalom Aleichem. That can be found, I think, the beginning of the Siddur on page 5, if you are following along in here. At this time, we just wish to say again, Shabbat Shalom, have a spooky Shabbat.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh, Baruch Hu, Bochem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. Kabbalat Shabbat, double feature. Jess and Julie will be the teachers. The candles lit by Leah Elias, a Devar Torah might terrify us. Whoa, at the spooky Shabbat Zooming show. Baruch Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. Seichem LeShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh, Baruch Hu. Kabbalat Shabbat, double feature with the rabbi and the teacher. No bar mitzvah, feeling silly. Late October gives you the willies. Whoa, at the spooky Shabbat Zooming show, I wanna go. Whoa, to the spooky Shabbat Zooming show.
Welcome and Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Spooky Shabbat. We will begin with Lahu Naranana on page 11. Lahu Naranana, Ladonai, Naria, Letzo Yishenu, Nekat Mafana, Betoda, Bizmirot, Naria Lo, Ki El Gadol, Gadol. Arba'im shana akut bador v'yomam toem levavhem v'hem lo yedu derachai asher nishbahati v'api im yamun el menu upbeat joy. Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash. Sing a song, a new song, or even an old song, but to a possibly new tune. We are on page 13. Shiru, Shiru Ladonai, Shiru, Shiru Ladonai, Shiru, Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash. Shiru, Shiru Ladonai, Shiru, Shiru Ladonai, Shiru, Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash. Shiru, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Hu Shemo, 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 Shemo. Bazru, Miyom Le'yom Yeshuato, yeah, yeah, yeah. Saparu, Saparu, Kavodim, Kevodo, Kevodo, Bechol, Bechol Ha'amim, Ha'amim, Nifle'otav, Bechol Ha'amim, Nifle'otav. Shiru, 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 Shiru Ladonai, Shiru, Shiru Ladonai, Shiru, Shiru Ladonai, Shir Hadash. Page 14, Yismachu Hashamayim. Yismachu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz. Yiram hayam umlo. Yismachu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz. Yiram hayam umlo. Na 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 We now have a delightful treat. There is a psalm that is naturally spooktacular, and thus we decided to read it in English, for no tune is needed to convey the appropriateness, the power, the awe, and the terror that it invokes. So I will be passing us over to a special guest. It is, you introduce our special guest, Ms. Gooley?
Joining us tonight, we have Ben Hermes.
A psalm of David. Acclaim Adonai, children of the divine. Acclaim Adonai with honor and strength. Acclaim Adonai with the honor due God's name. Bow before Adonai in the splendor of the sanctuary. The voice of Adonai thunders over the waters. God, glorious thunders, Adonai over the great sea. The voice of Adonai with all its power. The voice of Adonai with all its majesty. The voice of Adonai shatters the cedars. Adonai shatters the cedars of Lebanon, making the trees dance like calves, the mountains of Lebanon and Sirion like wild bulls. The voice of Adonai forms flames of fire. The voice of Adonai convulses the wilderness. Adonai convulses the wilderness of Kadesh. The voice of Adonai makes hinds calve and strips forests bare, and in God's sanctuary all acknowledge the glory of God. Adonai was enthroned above the floodwaters. Enthroned, Adonai is eternally sovereign. Adonai will grant strength to God's people. Adonai will bless them with peace. Daddy shark do 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 do, Daddy shark do 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 do, Daddy shark do do do.
Oh,
We approve of that
the
offering.
spirits are pleased. And
Now we welcome the Sabbath Queen. And
wherever
so-
she may be lurking.
Yes, but perhaps she is a ghost, or maybe a phantom.
Woo!
Is the Sabbath Queen a phantom? Let us greet her with L'Achad Odi on page 23. L'Achad Odi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Nekabela L'Achad Odi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Nekabela Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad Hishmi'anu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad L'shem u'letiferet v'litilah Likrat Shabbat lehu v'nelcha ki bikor chaberacha merosh mikedem nesucha sof maseb machshava tehillah Mikdash melech ir melucha kumitzei mitoch hafecha rab lach shevet be'emek habacha vehu yachmol alayich chemla Lo, lo, tevoshi velo, lo, tikal matish, tochachi, umatechemi, bach, yechesu, ani benim, ne, ta'ayir, al-lila, lehadodi, lihik, Rat kahala, Penei Shabbat, Nehekabela, Lehado hodi, Lihik, Rat kahala, Penei Shabbat, Nehekabela. Boi v'shalom, ateret bahala, gam b'tzimcha, ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I think the Sabbath Queen is pleased with that. And let us sing a psalm in her honor. Once again, we have Tov Lehodot Ladonai. Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat. Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat. Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat. Tov Lehodot Ladonai. Tov Lehodot Ladonai. Ulezamer Shimcha Elyon. Lehagid Babot Lechasdecha. V'emunatcha Halelot. Alei Hasor Ve'alei Nahavel. Alei Hikayon Bechino. Ki Simchata Adonai. Ma'aseh Yadecha Araneh. Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat. Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat. Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat. Tov Lehodot Ladonai. How glorious are your works, Adonai. They are glorious. They sing your praises. We love all of your creations, from the bats to the spiders and the snakes and the trees and the beautiful pumpkins. We finish up the psalm on page 28 with Sadiq Katamar. Sadiq Katamar Yifrach, Yifrach, Sadiq Katamar Yifrach, woo! Sadiq Katamar Yifrach, Yifrach, Sadiq Katamar Yifrach, woo! Ke'eretz Balbanon Yizkeh, Ke'eretz Balbanon Yizkeh, Ke'eretz Balbanon Yizkeh, Yizkeh, ha ha ha! Ke'eretz Balbanon Yizkeh, Ke'eretz Balbanon Yizkeh, Ke'eretz Balbanon Yizkeh, Yizkeh. Sadiq Katamar Yifrach, Yifrach, Sadiq Katamar Yifrach, woo! Sadiq Katamar Yifrach, Yifrach, Sadiq Katamar Yifrach, woo! Ke'eretz Balbanon Yizkeh, Ke'eretz Balbanon Yizkeh, Ke'eretz Balbanon Yizkeh, Yizkeh. Ke'eretz Balbanon Yizkeh, Ke'eretz Balbanon Yizkeh, Ke'eretz Balbanon Yizkeh, Yizkeh. And with that, we should bring some light into our lives to illuminate the dark. And we invite our special guest, the beautiful, wonderful, queenly Leah Elias, who has lit the candles already, for 'tis the dark of night outside, but she will incant the chant that one incants over flame.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'chad likner Shel Shabbat. Come, O spirits of Shabbat.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
That's such a
Amen.
beautiful offering.
Amen. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Let me just check that my internet is as stable as I am.
Oh, have we displeased the internet spirits this evening?
I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Amen and Yesha Koach to our beautiful Leah. And then as well, let us offer our Bisel Torah at this time. But first, let me ensure that everyone can see me. Double check. Double check.
Do we have a spooky story for the evening?
We do. We do. me share my scream.
Ooh.
It is time to share the scream, or even the screen. Ha 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 ha. Scream share.
Yes.
Yes. Scary tales to tell on Shabbat. From Genesis chapter 12. This is almost verbatim from our beloved Torah. On this dark night, I will tell you a terrifying tale of famine, deception, abduction, a haunted house, resplendent with plagues and sordid deeds. Ooh. There was a dire famine in the land of Canaan. But a brave young man of Rum descended down to Egypt to dwell there, for the famine was so severe, and he did not want to become a skeleton. And so they journeyed towards the city. Avram said to his wife Sarai, "Behold, you are a woman of fair appearance, and if the Egyptians see you and know that you are my wife, they will murder me in cold blood. But they will let you live. You must say that you are my sister, so that it goes well with me, and so my soul may live another day."
Okay.
And so it came to pass that they came to Egypt, and behold, the Egyptians saw Sarai. She was indeed not at all hideous to look at.
Eh?
Pharaoh's princes gazed upon Sarai, and they captured her in the dead of night. They brought her to Pharaoh, who was quivering with anticipation to meet her, for he had heard tales of her beauty and was most pleased. He benefited Avram with gifts of livestock and servants, that he thought he was just his brother, and thus all was well. But the Lord plagued Pharaoh with great plagues, as well as his household, on account of capturing the maiden. Some even say the walls and pillars and the castle utensils were affected by the plague. Spiders everywhere! The walls, they weep with blood and guts. And thus Pharaoh said,
What is this that you have done to me? Why did you not tell me she was your wife? Why did you say she is my sister, so that I took her for a wife? Now behold, you must take her and go.
And Pharaoh commanded servants on his behalf, and they threw Avram and Sarai out and gave all that was his to Avram, who left and prospered. And so our heroes left with sustenance and wealth.
Hooray!
But did they ever really escape?
Eh?
The hundreds of years later, their very own descendants were to pay for deceiving Pharaoh, for they too would end up in this forsaken land, enslaved and embittered, and bring down more plagues upon the inhabitants of the land.
Not more plagues.
But that's another scary tale to tell on Shabbat.
Oh.
That is our Bissell Torah for the moment. Let us now rise for the Baruch Hu. There are so many delightful tunes in our liturgy, because we definitely favour the minor key, that many of them don't need their spooky version. The actual tune written is just enough. And so on page 39a, I encourage us to recite the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamavorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bidbaro Ma'ariv Aravim V'chokhmah Potech Shaharim Maseh Yitin Ma'aleh. Darkness and darkness from light, who makes day pass into night and who distinguishes day from night. Umahavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uvein laila. Adonai tzvahot shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai.
Baruch Hu Shemo.
Hamari v'aravim. Page 40. Ahavat olam beit Yisrael, amcha avtacha, Torah mitzvot yukimu mishpatim, otani limadata, ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shvatim. Ki hem chayehu v'yorech yamehu, uvahem nechei yomam v'layla. Ve'ahavatcha al tasir mimenu li'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. We pause as we invite you to daven the Shema, the bedtime Shema, in the dead of night. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'otecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibartam b'shivtecha b'beitecha Uvlechtecha havaderech, uvshotbecha uvkumecha, ukshartam leot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot bein einecha, uvtaftam al mezuzot beitecha, uvisharecha. We will continue in dead silence the second and third paragraph of the Shema. Adonai Elohechem emet. Na 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 na. Emet ve'emunah chozot v'kayam aleinu ki hu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ein zulato ve'anachnu Yisrael amo ve'anachnu Yisrael amo emet ve'emunah. No 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 ning 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 no 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 ning 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 ning. The truth is out there. We continue on page 44. ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל חנו שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם
מי כמוך, מי כמוך, מי כמוך, מי כמוך, מי כמוך, מי כמוך, מי כמוך,
you know it, join in.
מי כמוך, מי כמוך, מי כמוך. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלך, נורא תהילות אוסף אלך. מי כמוך, מי כמוך, מי כמוך, מי כמוך, מי כמוך.
מלכותך ראו בניך בוקח ים לפני משה זה לי ענו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונהמה כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל השכיבנו Adonai Eloheinu Shalom. Allow us, Adonai our God, to sleep peacefully. Awaken us to life, O Sovereign. Spread over us your Sukkot Shlomecha, your canopy of peace. Restore us with your good counsel and save us for the sake of your name. Shield us. Remove from us enemies, pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you, God, watch over us and deliver us, and you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ushmor tzeitenu, uvoenu l'chaim u'l'shalom me'ata v'ad olam, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, baruch atah Adonai.
Baruch hu baruch Shemo.
Orei sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Veshamru.
Veshamru, I was correct. Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם lam lam ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם
ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם אותי לעולם אותי לעולם
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם
וביום השביעי שבת וינפש שבת וינפש וביום השביעי ושמרו
בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה ויאמר דברה חירותה וימליך מלכותה בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בגאלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי Yitbarach, Vishtabach, Vitpa'ar, Vitrumam, Vitnase, Vitadar, Vitale, Vitalal, Shmedu Kudashabrihu, Le'elam Imko, Birchata, Veshirata, Tushbechata, Nehemata, Damiran, Bialma, Vimeru, Amen. We now have the silent Amida, where you can be quiet and listen for the spirits above and make peace with your demons and check in with your heart and your soul and maybe make contact with the ether. We are on page 47. We will continue silently until 52. Take your own time and space, and we will return when we are ready to continue. Which is beloved ones, we hope we have given you enough time to offer up your prayers, your incantations. We will conclude with an Oseh Shalom, a prayer for peace in all the world, that we may get some rest in our time.
Peace above, for peace below, and for peace within. Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, imru, amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru.
Tell it over there.
Imru.
Tell it over there.
Amen. La 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la.
Kaddish Shalem on page 54. Yitgadal
Beyitkadash Mehera Amen Be'amadi Frahirute Be'amli Ma'ma'ute Bechayachon Be'yom Melechon Ubachayetcho Bet Yisrael Bagala Ubizman Karim Be'yimeru 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 Amen Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevarach Le'olam U'Le'om Me'olmaya Yitbarach Be'yishavach Be'yitpa'ar Be'yitromam Be'yitnaseh Be'yitadar Be'yitaleh Be'yitalal Shemei 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 Dekudesha Berichu Le'ela Min Kol Berchata V'shirata Tush Berchata V'nechemata Damir Rabbi Alma V'yimeru 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 Amen Titkabal Zaton Uva Utahon Dechol Yisrael Kadam Avon Divishmaya V'yimeru 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 Amen Yehish Lama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'yimeru 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 Amen Oseh Shalom Bimroma Yatzeh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'yimeru 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 Amen.
My dear one, it is time to do some Kiddush with your festive goblet. And I invite you to drink from the blood of cantors who held the notes too long.
Oh my. I thank you.
Please lead us to the tune of your choice. We arise if we can. We arise as we drink the blood.
Sisters and brothers and all siblings. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, ve'ahava uvratzon, Inchilanu zikaron lemase v'reishit Yihuyom tehila lemikrai kodesh zecher litziat Mitzrayim Kivanu v'acharta Ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim ve'shabat kodshecha ve'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Baruch Shemo Mekadesh Hashabbat.
L'chaim, your
L'chaim.
health. Yum, 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 yum. It is Aleinu time.
Aleinu.
Aleinu. Please
Aleinu.
rise if you can for this. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liotzer reshit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonav, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא
שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומשל יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת זו, בגבהי מרומי, הוא אלוהינו, עינות, אמת מלכנו, אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשיבותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת עינוד.
There is no end. כן, נקבל התראה. ככתוב בתורתך,
אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
On page 58, we have our Kaddish Yatom. And this is a prayer that we don't fool around with, because this is where an actually somber moment for us as we recall those who are no longer with us physically. And we hope that they are indeed resting in peace and that we keep them alive with our memories. I've posted on Facebook the list of names of all the people that we've been made aware of who have the yortzites coming up in the upcoming weeks. Please feel free to add your own in the comments if you are indeed following us on Facebook, and just hold the name or names of those who are saying this prayer for in your heart, and we will say a Kaddish Yatom, a Mourner's Kaddish. I'm on page 58 in this Siddur. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'yalma divrach pirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael v'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lomei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei d'kudsha Brechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran v'yalma v'imru.
Amen.
Yehei shlama Rabbah min shamaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen.
Amen. May their memories be a blessing to us. So we just have a couple of announcements, really. Four announcements and a big thank you. Well, several thank yous. We want to thank, in order of appearance, our wonderful reader of Mizmor LeDavid, Ben Hermes. Thank you so much for delighting us there with your beautiful prayer. And also to Leah Elias, who lit candles. Well, the candles were lit, but she blessed the candles for us. And to Julie, who was the cantor rabbi, as well as
the Rabbi Cantor.
Exactly. Just so everyone knows and doesn't freak out, we have been podding together since the beginning of the pandemic. We see each other all the time, and we are just together a lot. So we are physically in the same place. We can touch each other. And we thought, what a lovely thing to get to sit together and daven together. And I hope that everyone took this in good faith. We're not mocking any of the liturgy, but it is, we think, very acceptable to acknowledge that in the ether, America and much of the world enjoys to just go a little bit macabre, a little bit dressy-uppy in the troublesome times we live in, particularly as a lot of people don't get to trick or treat or go to costume parties or really get to just celebrate in a secular way the Halloween weekend. We thought we would just give you a little taste. Plus I'm obsessed with spiders, so I love being able to show you just a little bit of my collection. And if you don't like it, then we're going to cut out your eyes and your eyeballs will join my collection. So you need never see this ever again. So yesh koach to Julie, and I hope that you took this in the spirit of which it was intended. I'm going to pass us over now for some more announcements.
Okay.
You have a good memory.
So I have a good memory. So number one, very, very important, before we can get to the really important announcements. Tomorrow night, set your clocks back 1 hour when you go to bed. Some of them will do them on their own, but not your microwave and not your coffee maker and things like that. So be sure to set your clock backwards 1 hour. If you set it ahead an hour, then you're going to be early for March. And no, just stay with us for right now. And that will also mean that you can be on time on Sunday for our drive-through mitzvah day with a twist starting at 10 o'clock in the morning in the Adat parking lot. Show up, pop your trunk, and our gloved and masked volunteers will happily take your donations. We are collecting for a number of different organizations, all of which can be found on our website. And you can find out about the donations for, we are taking jeans, denim jeans. We are taking peanut butter, jelly, and bread because those will be sent elsewhere for people to make sandwiches with. We are taking shoes for shoes that fit, so brand new shoes for kids and teens, any size. You can also put brand new socks with them, or $20 gift certificates to Amazon or Target, I believe. We are also doing a project with A Million Thanks, and that allows people to write letters to soldiers, and all of the instructions for how to do that, and as well as some templates, are on our website. And there was one more. And for the Oscar Litvak Foundation, which makes rolling mobile playrooms for children's hospitals, we are gathering brand new, never used toys, games, and art projects. Sorry, no stuffed animals, but all of those are things that we will very happily take from you, and that is Sunday from 10 to noon. And then you can hop online for our first ever virtual Hanukkah boutique. What used to be 1 day of shopping goodness is now 6 solid days of on your own time, from your own couch or bed or chair or wherever, shopping goodness. And you can also go online, see who all of our vendors are. There will be instructions for what the code is so that we benefit. The women of Adat have worked very hard to put this together. And every night, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I believe there is going to be a vendor spotlight online each night, so we can see one of the vendors of the day and learn a little bit more. And so let's see, that was, and of course, vote. Please vote, but not by U.S. mail. It's too late for that. Your ballot won't get in on time. Find a ballot box, find a polling location, but just please get out, and if you are able to, vote. Anything else?
Fabulous. That was fabulous.
And please continue to check the Adat Ari El website, Facebook page, and other such locations for other new wonderful programs that we have. We have now a Peloton team that has started up, and we also have Shabbat Sizzle, which is in its second hot week, where a congregant or congregants are presenting a recipe every week and sharing some of the things that happen in their kitchen. And I know that also on Sunday is the Tour de Camps, which this year is going to be, I believe, a virtual ride to help raise necessary funds for so many of our local camps that so many of our families and their kids have benefited from. And there's a lot of people participating in that, and we are that. And you know what? Someone just reminded me, you can vote at Adat. Yes, Adat Ari El is an official polling location, and it is open during regular polling hours, and you are welcome to come and vote there as well. So on that note, shall we put this one to bed?
We shall. We have an Adon Olam to a recognizable tune, and then I do believe we have a closing blessing that we will be offering.
Yes.
A closing blessing.
A closing blessing.
So, Adon Olam.
Me, you.
Us.
Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yetzir Nirach Li'et Nasa V'cheso Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra
V'yacharei kivot hakol levado yimloch nora v'hu haya v'hu hoveh v'hu yeh b'tifara.
Adon Olam Asher Malach Adon Olam Asher Malach בטרם כל יציר נברא, ליאת נשא וחפצה כל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא. והוא אחד ואין שני, לחם שלו לכפירה, בלי ראשית בלי תכלית, ולא העוז והמשרה. אדון עולם אשר מלך, אדון עולם אשר מלך, בטרם כל יציר נברא, ליאת נשא וחפצה כל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא. והוא עלי וחי גודלי, וצור חבלי בהיצרה, והוא תיסי ומנוס לי, מנת כוסי ביום אקרא. אדון עולם אשר מלך, אדון עולם אשר מלך, בטרם כל יציר נברא, ליאת נשא וחפצה כל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא. בידו הקיר רוחי, בעת ישן והעירה, ועם רוחי גביעתי, אדוני לי ולא אירא. אדון עולם אשר מלך, אדון עולם אשר מלך, בטרם כל יציר נברא, ליאת נשא וחפצה כל, אזי מלך, אזי מלך שמו נקרא. Doompa-dee-doo. And our special bracha, because there is a special bracha at the close of a Zoom. Will you sing it with me? Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri lagafen. Amen. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Have a spooktacular weekend.